dear friends and listeners. Today we're diving into a topic that's as controversial as it is fascinating: the power strategies of Donald Trump and where they might lead the world. In the realm of politics, the strategies used to gain and consolidate power are of paramount importance. Trump's political worldview is built on three key principles that he learned from his former lawyer, Roy Cohen. The first principle is relentless attack. The second is denial of mistakes. And the third? Always claim victory.
Wow, that's really intense. So, it sounds like he was basically flipping the script on the accusations, right? Like instead of saying, oops, we messed up, he was like, no, you're the problem. That's wild. But how did that actually work for him in the long run? Did it help him gain more support or something?
Absolutely. By attacking the credibility of his opponents and framing himself as a victim of political bias, Trump was able to rally his base. It's a classic case of deflection. Instead of focusing on the allegations against him, he shifted the narrative to one of persecution. This tactic not only helped him maintain his image, but also solidified his support among those who felt disenfranchised by the political establishment.
That's really interesting. So it's like he's creating this alternate reality where he's the hero fighting against the evil media. But what about the second principle, the denial of mistakes? Like, how does that play into all of this? I mean, doesn't that just make him look kind of untrustworthy?
Great question. The denial of mistakes is a powerful tool in his arsenal. Trump believes that admitting to mistakes shows weakness, which can erode trust and respect among his followers. For instance, during the 2016 election, his personal lawyer paid $130,000 to adult film actress Stormy Daniels to keep quiet about an alleged affair. Initially, Trump denied knowing anything about the payment, but later it was revealed that he was aware and even reimbursed his lawyer.
Oh, wow, that's like a plot twist. So it's almost like he's playing a game of chess where he's always trying to stay 3 steps ahead, right? But what about the third principle, always claiming victory? How does that work, especially when he loses, like in the 2020 election?
Exactly. The third principle is all about perception. Even when faced with defeat, Trump insists on claiming victory. After the 2020 presidential election, despite losing to Joe Biden, he repeatedly asserted that the election was rigged and that he was the true winner. This narrative not only kept his base energized, but also allowed him to maintain his image as a fighter who never backs down.
That's so fascinating. So it's like he's building this whole brand around being the underdog even when he's not. But what does this mean for the future? Like, if these strategies are effective, does that mean we're going to see more politicians using them? And what does that say about our political landscape?
You're spot on. If these strategies continue to prove effective, we may indeed see more politicians adopting similar tactics. It raises important questions about the nature of political discourse and the values we prioritize in leadership. As we face numerous global challenges, climate change, economic crises, social unrest, these Machiavellian strategies could lead to a more polarized and combative political environment.
Wow, those are some heavy questions. I mean, it really makes you think about the kind of leaders we want, right? Like, do we want someone who's just going to fight and deny everything? Or do we want someone who's actually going to listen and be accountable? This is such a deep topic. I can't wait to hear what our listeners think.
It's crucial for us as citizens to critically evaluate the narratives presented to us and to demand accountability from our leaders. Now, before we wrap up, I'd like to pose a few questions for our listeners to ponder. If we were to envision Trump's worldview as a form of government, what would that look like? Has the prevailing system of governance, which often follows Machiavellian principles, alleviated human suffering?
And can humanity truly overcome its crises without a government that respects moral principles and human rights? I mean, those are some big questions to think about. Let's see what our audience has to say.